Can't trust a seafood. G'day, it's a Saint here, and here I am in Merimbula on the broad walk of the lake of Merimbula, and behind me we have an Australian Time Lord, the Doctor, and there's his TARDIS, an Australian TARDIS. Look at this. I have just found an Australian TARDIS for a Time Lord. Now, how do we get into the lock? It's a padlock. So to get into the Australian TARDIS, you need a padlock key to get in. I wonder if this is a Southern Doctor. Well, we're about to go onto the broad walk here, which is so exciting, you better get your diapers out because you're going to mess yourselves. Let's see how it goes. And this is the broad walk. These are the freeways for pedestrians. It is much easier to use these timber deckings or broad walks than it is to walk up and down the hills. It's a very hilly area. If you live around the lake, it's much easier to walk to town than it is to drive into town because parking is just very difficult this time of year. Now these are mangroves, and the people around here are into biodiversity of the area and looking after the ecosystem. And you can see that when we walk on the broad walk, we can actually take a really good look at the mangroves, which is great for the kids to see how mangroves work. All of this here never used to be there a few hundred years ago. That grew up as sand dunes came across there. And the mangroves turned this into land, and so we have a peninsula out here which never used to be here, and this is all a process of mangroves.
Nice scenery you're taking.
Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. Needless to say, the fishing here is fantastic. If you look down into the water, you can probably see oysters. There's oysters everywhere. And when there's oysters and mangroves with biodiversity, you will find lots and lots of different kinds of fish if you're a fisherman. And lots of fishermen like to come here for their holidays because you'll always catch something here, even if you just catch crabs. And I'm talking about sea crabs here. All the way out there in the swamp, somebody's playing out with their dogs. So it's not mud or quicksand, that's solid land out there. Shall we go further on and see this? I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. I just lost my sister, who's just been walking up a goat track off the road. Where has she gone? Oh, there she is. You never know, people go missing around here.
Can you walk and do that?
Yeah. Well, the freeways have been green, but we're nearly close to the town here. And as if you imagine in a fishing village, I think that is a pier for boats to pull up. And there it is, the train tracks of underwater trains that used to go to the airport. Used to start here at a train station and it would go under the water and off to the airport. There was only ever one train that went and nobody survived. That's South Coast technology. Brilliant. It's a pity they all drowned. if you got sick of planes, another plane. Now, if you're into planes, tell me what sort of a plane is that? You can see it. They have scenic plane trip journeys from the Baaa airport, so that if you want to take off, you can see the place from above. And there's so many waterways and hills in the area, you get a really amazing view from the planes. Go around in the sky and fly back down again, just for scenic flights. Well, I've made it here to Gloria Jean's. I'm just waiting for my coffee here, and it's so busy here, people all over the place to see on Baringa. There's also a horse race day and people wearing funny shirts and ties, sort of like the BNS balls in the BNS ball in the Outback. They wear the shirt and the tie, which has absolutely nothing to do with class. It's just something else. Anyway, you have to be here or whatever to understand it. Well, as you see, that was a sequence. Lots of funny little sculptures here along the promenade and the gallery, which I'm not allowed to film, but if you ever come and have a chance to see it, it's really interesting, the busyness, and much like the ecosystem here, it's full of different stuff, and the artwork, which is a little bit unique. And look at all these four-wheel drives. G'day, it's Saint here at Chira Beach, which is a suburb of Baringa. And as you see behind me, there is a beautiful sunset towards the end of my Christmas break down here at the south coast. And it's been very cool here. I like a cool Christmas, it's better than being too hot. And it's just so peaceful down here, isn't it? We've been watching the Sydney to Hobart yacht race going past the ocean here. Yachts going past on their way to Tasmania. And we've had a great time down here. I haven't even had time to bring the camera out, so I haven't shown you what we've seen. But as the sun goes down, the sky dulls, it's time to go back to Sydney tomorrow. On our way home, well, we call into these places after thousands of kilometres of travelling to our families. In my case, it's about 750 kilometres away for our Christmas dinner at Christmas time. We don't know why, we just do it. You know, if you're coming from Canberra towards Sydney, this is a good place. We have a bakery, some of the best pies in Australia. And it's easy to find because it's on the McDonald's turn-off north of Goulburn. Mobile subway. And every Christmas, like sheep, we just follow those cars up the freeway. In the heat, in the exhaustion, when we get so pissed off because we're dehydrated, we have a headache. I don't know about America, but in the heat, people just get angry and anxious, and we have a really bad death toll. I think it's about 55 people dead today on the dead tolls on the roads in Australia. We have really bad roads. I haven't made it there yet. If I've uploaded this, you can assume I'm still alive. Can't trust the seat, who can you trust?